What's up? What's up? What's up? Not live, not direct, not live and in living color, if you will. We are actually in the future, but in the past. I think right now we're in the past, but as you're watching this, we are in the future.
We didn't even need a DeLorean to pull that shit off either.
Isn't that something? Yeah. And we are currently watching Hellaiser in 4K. Well, not currently, because this starts at 7.
Yeah.
So we are currently probably sitting in our seats for Hellaiser. And since the lights aren't down, we will text or comment back to you if you comment on this video whilst it's playing. We'll be in the comments till about 7:30. And yeah, feel free to like, share, and do all of the stuff as we get ready to watch Hellaiser in 4K, man. I'm so psyched about that.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty freaking sweet. I just went to see yesterday, but as you're hearing this, it's 2 days ago, My Bloody Valentine, and I'm pretty sure that was the 4K scan as well, because you could see like their hairs on their necks and stuff. And the old VHS scan, you wouldn't be able to see that.
Do you have the Blu-ray of that?
I do not.
I do. It looks pretty good.
And you got the NECA figure, right?
Yeah, the minor. That thing's cool.
I know.
The Scream Factory Blu-ray set. I bought that with the poster, everything.
That they still have that, because I know they still have the, and I'm gonna get it eventually. I want to get it. The fog set like that.
Yeah,
they still have that with Adrian Barbeau's NECA.
They definitely don't have the minor NECA here anymore because they sell for about $100 on eBay.
Right on.
So, no, I was gonna say though, that print, just the Blu-ray of that print looks great. If they improved on that even more, like, wow.
Right on. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. I don't know. Like I said, it was definitely not the VHS print. That's for sure. Like, it looked a lot better. Like last year when we did the 84 movies, Karate Kid was not an updated print. It was like a crappy VHS version.
Yeah.
But then some of the other ones, like when we went to see Nightmare on Elm Street, it was an updated print.
Looked great.
Yeah. So, so it definitely was updated from the VHS version. So that's really, that was cool. So it's going to be my third movie this week, going on fourth. We've seen Dracula, which was awesome. The sound was amazing in that. Definitely like Nosferatu better after going back and watching. I'd seen Dracula before, Bram Stoker's.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely like Nosferatu better. You know, it's almost exactly the same story. It's very, very little differences. No, Gary Oldman did not show the vampire meat in the Dracula version, though. So, like a Nosferatu, you had the meat swinging. We didn't get that. Thank God. Something we didn't need. So so I seen that, and then I see My Bloody Valentine. Hey, I see My Bloody Valentine, and I seen and we're about to see Hellaiser, and then Hard Eyes. Gonna see Hard Eyes sometimes this weekend.
Damn, like next week would have been a good time to do My Bloody Valentine too.
I thought about that. You know what, man? I thought about that earlier on today or yesterday, or since today is tomorrow, yesterday, the day before. And I was like, man, we could just do a Valentine's Day episode. Right now, we could have that recorded. That for tomorrow. Because next week we have Jared Haggerty coming on, as you can see on the crawler underneath. We're going to do a haunted house type episode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to some of our other haunter friends, give them the code to get into the StreamYard, and just freestyle. If they want to come on and talk about their haunt, their life in the haunt business, we'll have an expert on to fire questions at them. And if nobody comes on, we'll just talk to Jared and catch up with him, because it's been a while since he's been on.
It has. And the last time that we did an episode like that, where we just gave the link to a bunch of people, just come in when you want.
Oh, those always were good.
They did. That was the one. That was the episode that you
so lucky with it. When we've decided to do those, we've gotten so lucky where people have come in at different times. I just know one time it's going to be like 10 people at once, and we're not going to know what to do.
You know, our awards thing, it was kind of like that, but the one I'm speaking about was the time you had to come here.
Yeah,
was out.
Yeah, for sure. And
that episode went.
They both went just perfect.
Better than we ever could have imagined.
Yeah. And they both just came in like perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like where we got breaks in between and like when we needed them. And yeah. And those were two of our highest rated episodes. Yes. Speaking of ratings.
Yes.
Jay Crimson, man. How about that?
Yeah.
That guy promoted the hell out of his appearance on the show. He was great to talk to. It was awesome. And we had our first show that went over 1,000 views.
Yeah. Thank you to Jay Crimson for that, for sure.
Yeah, that was pretty freaking awesome, man. That was definitely cool, man. I was the initial viewing was in the hundreds, the several hundreds, for the initial live. I can't remember the exact number. I texted it to you, right after the show.
Yeah, I have it.
I don't remember what it was. It was several hundred.
It was very good.
And we had like 88 comments, which one of our most interactive shows, more interactive shows. Even though a lot of those were the same people, we still love having them on all the time.
Of course,
keeping the comment section jumping. So yeah, it was really cool, really cool. Definitely dug that. And when he gets his when this movie gets closer to done, we're gonna have him on again, and we are going to try to do a watch along with them. Yeah, that crappy Michigan internet connection though.
Well, it's bad. I didn't realize where he was from, and I remember right before we brought him in, I started talking shit about Detroit.
I was like,
I think I only did that because I knew. I think I only did that because I knew Zigzag was watching.
Yeah. Right on. Saturday, what's it called? Killer Tapes. Oh man, I got to get this right. There's a place opening in Akron, and it's a Killing Tapes. Speaking of killing time experience. That's going to be our friend Brett Wagner and Felissa Rose's new show that they're going to do on YouTube. So make sure you go to Killing Time Experience on YouTube and follow them.
When's their first episode?
What's that?
When's their first episode?
It's recorded, but it's not out. Theirs is in like a studio with camera angles and shit. Dude, it's so professional. They did like a little 12-minute teaser today that you could see.
Post-production and shit.
Absolutely, yeah. So, yeah, so it like his mic works better. His lighting is great. Not like when he comes on with us. When he sits in the garage.
It's not good to have good lighting on us, though.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about when Brett comes on. Yeah. And when he comes on with us and he's sitting in his garage, no, it's not like that at all. I guess they have 15 minutes apart from each other so they can get, they can get to each other. But Lloyd Kaufman is doing an appearance in Akron at this new. It's like it's a VHS museum.
Okay.
Killer Video is the name of the place.
I did hear it.
You have to get a timed ticket to go there because they want to keep everybody in and out in about a half hour. And tickets are normally $15 to go to this, but since Lloyd's there, they upcharged it to $30. But of course, Lloyd will not charge for pictures and or autographs.
He won't charge for like anything.
$30 is going to get you a meet and greet. It's going to get you an autograph and a photo, whatever you want. And the $30 is going to obviously go to the house. I might be off on Saturday. We've been scheduling extra people because so many people have called off. So if the extra person comes in and nobody calls off by 10, I get to leave. And if I get to leave, we might take a trip down to Akron. I mean, I'll hit you up if you're interested.
Yeah, it's a lot closer for me. I'm 10 minutes from there.
Yeah. And if not, we're gonna go another day. Another time. But Tiki and the guys from Talking Tapes are going down there. Little side project I got going on. So make sure to follow them on YouTube as well. All right.
It sounded like you were transposing the Killing Time and Talking Tapes. You're like Killing Tapes. I was like, and then I was thinking Killing Tapes or Killer Tapes from Outer Space.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some crazy shit.
And then that should be the name of the store. So it all kind of tied in together.
And they already got their first sponsor over there. We did on Talking Tapes. It's called God damn it, man! I need to be better prepared. It's B-Stream. And if you put Talking in the promo code, you get half off of your first month. And if you put Talking Tapes in the promo code, you'll get half off of a year. And what it is, it's a streaming service with all B movies, like JP and Tiki movies.
Oh, I know JP will be first in line to sign up.
Absolutely. And I haven't signed up yet. I'm going to, at least for the first month, to see what they have. So I haven't done that yet. So I'll give you guys better feedback on that next week on our next live show. But real quick, I'm going to bring Ricky in so he can get the hell out of the basement. He wants to talk about, he got a package in the mail from James Shaver from Carolina Kiwi. We got production. I got a video I'm supposed to play before he gets in. So check this out. Yeah, you're okay. Right on. That's our Corrupting Kids with Horror intro. Tiki did that for us. So I figured we'd play that. Where's Ricky at? Okay, there he is.
Did Mikhail scream?
I don't know who screamed. Maybe it was. Who knows? He might have did that. Who knows? But yeah, so we got that for when we have the kids on. I had the audio one from way back when we were doing an audio podcast.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And that music is also copyright free because that is Tiki's old band.
Ah, nice.
Right. So don't show it yet.
Oh.
Don't spoil the reveal.
Oh yeah, you used it the other day when you went live on your own, but we have a new intro too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was at the top of the thing. We're gonna get into that when we get him off because I forgot to talk about that when we opened. So we're scatterbrained. So Ricky, I was on a live with and I think I've told this story like 2 or 3 times on air now, so we'll make it a 4th time. So I was on a live with Adam Marcus, friend of the show, Ricky's personal friend, and he was he was talking about the completion of the Jason Goes to Hell documentary. It's done. It's about to debut, and the event in Pennsylvania came up in the live, and James Shaver commented, what's Adam talking about? What's the deal with that event in Pennsylvania? So I told him, message me and I'll give you the details because obviously I'm not going to just rattle off this long ass thing in the middle of the comments on this thing.
It's a lot to explain.
A lot. I mean, I can do it pretty quick, but it's going to, so he does and I do. And I'm explaining to him how me and Ricky were going out there and we kind of got screwed over and Adam made it one of the coolest experiences of Ricky's life. I think so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and how it went from really, really bad to really, really good. And he said he would like to do something for Ricky too. So he says he's going to send Ricky a package. He asked for my address, and he said just record it for him. And I did. And I sent it to him. He posted the raw video and Tiki edited the video for me. And we'll post that on our page later. But, so your favorite Friday the 13th movie is what?
Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah. Don't hate him for it, right?
Part 9.
Part 9. So everybody that watches this show knows that one of my goals in life is to get a screen-used head. He didn't actually get a screen-used head, but it's pretty goddamn close. Show him what you got.
I didn't even know he wanted a screen-used head.
Yeah.
If you know
Oh, you heard me talk about it. Look at that. Show him the bottom with the gore.
Oh, that's cool, man.
I mean, this is really screen accurate. Now, he made one of these for Kane Hodder. Yeah, but he's even got hair. He's made one of these for Kane Hodder. He made one of these for the one that Adam Marcus carries at cons. He made it. And I always thought it was the prop from the film, but it's not. It just looks exactly like it. So, yeah, he made one of these for Kane Hodder, one of these for Adam Marcus, and one of these for Ricky. And he's at Carolina Kiwi Creations on YouTube. Give him a follow on there. Check out his stuff. He's got an Etsy store, so you can purchase this if you wanted to. I don't know what the turnaround is on making them, how long it takes, but these are all hand molded and then painted. And he's going to come on with us to talk more about his wares.
Now that really interests me.
Yeah. I mean,
obviously,
yeah, he's got he does some really cool stuff. He for Dee Wallace, he gave her because he's also a taxidermist. Gave her a life-size Cujo head. And he showed while he was making that, because I followed him for a while, he showed like the whole step-by-step. It took him forever to get it right. And it's screen accurate.
Rick's gonna have some boring spots in that episode when he and I start talking about the toxicity levels of different acrylic paints.
So you can have that back. And then yeah, you can get out of here now if you want to.
Really?
Really?
I just got in here.
You just got in? Well, you can sit there and hang out for a little bit if you want and contribute to the show if you want. So,
or just sit there and put that head on top of your shoulders, and that's good enough.
See how it looks. Yeah, just right there, and it'll look like you.
Wait,
we do have a Jason Goes to Hell hood and a Jason Goes to Hell mask.
There he goes.
So
that thing actually looks really cool. I can't wait to see that thing in person, man.
It's sweet, dude. It's sweet. Yeah, I'm definitely jealous. Very jealous of Ricky. It's not gonna work. Don't try to.
Close enough.
So our new intro in the top of the show. I forgot to talk about that when we came in. I meant to, but that is also non-copyrighted music.
Well, it is, but we have permission to use it.
Yeah. The co-host of the show owns the copyrights. So did you that is your old band Dislim,
yeah,
and frequent guest of the show Mike Connors on guitar.
Yep.
And what is the name of that song?
That track is Last Rites of the Ill Content.
Oh, that's a great name for a song. I didn't know that. That's a fan. I love it.
That's from our first record, the split CD we did with a band from Wisconsin called Dyscrasia.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
it's not on the Dislim album?
It is.
Or is it on that as well? Okay.
Yeah. Because that got remastered and turned into that split. Their half was called Hundreds of Gaping Wounds. Our half was called Bleeding Anxiety.
Yep, I had that. I used to play it really loud in the projects in Florida and piss people off.
But they loved it.
Yeah, not really. So,
Rob Lesniak played bass on that, and Chad Walls played drums on that. And Chad will eventually be a guest on this show too.
Yeah, awesome.
Something I've actually already kind of had in the works.
And you're obviously more into like the heavier metal than I am, but I like your stuff better than most stuff like that. Not just because it's you, just because I like it better. But you picked you picked something, from your catalog that would that you knew I would dig. I really, that's a perfect piece of music you chose for that. I thought really fits with, and then he really did a great job of putting the clips in.
Oh yeah, Tiki did a great job. I had no idea what to expect.
Yeah, everything in there is like stuff we're really big fans of. The only thing on there that I haven't seen that I probably will like, and I own it, I just haven't watched it, is Get Out.
It's a great movie.
Oh, so you've seen it? Okay, good.
Oh yeah.
Still, you need to read.
Yeah. You seen Get Out? Oh, I never seen it.
I saw it in the theater, and then I saw it again about 2 years ago.
Right on.
When we talk about Dracula, we always do that.
Oh, I don't. We were going to talk with Michaela about Dracula, but you want to talk about Dracula? Did you like Dracula?
Yeah.
Which one did you like better, Dracula or Nosferatu? You can't. We're on the air here. We're not live, but I don't know how to edit, so I can't take your bullshit out of the episode.
Dracula.
You like Dracula better?
Yeah.
Why?
Has more jump skills.
I disagree. I thought Nosferatu was far scarier.
No, it wasn't.
Neither one was like necessarily scary, but Nosferatu was a pretty creepy.
No, it
Nosferatu was a lot darker. Just the mood of it.
Better mood, like.
Oh yeah, just such
just more eerie and creepy.
All it was just
the despair that you felt when the screen goes black. My favorite shot of the whole movie when he goes into the castle, and they had something similar in Dracula, but it wasn't nowhere near on that level.
all that happened is not watch. It was just a freaking vampire that's chilling in his castle.
Yeah.
And then it eventually comes over to a ghoul.
Yeah.
That's the legit all that happened.
The exact same thing happened in both movies. What do you mean?
Yeah, but there was more to Dracula. Like, he actually has a back.
You like the love story in Dracula?
No,
right?
I like the back.
You like the love story was better. It was more romantic.
No.
That's why.
No.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
No.
Ricky gonna start reviewing chick flicks for us.
No.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually had backstory. No one knows who not to watch you came from. He just popped up out of nowhere. You actually know Dracula.
Hey Ricky, I'll let you know when they add Young and the Restless on Prime.
You're staying to see Twilight next week, right?
What is that?
Theater?
What is that?
I might actually go see one the first of those Twilight movies because Michaela's wanting to watch them. I'm not gonna go at 5 days in a row and watch all 5 of them.
I've never seen any of them.
I never have either, and I never planned on it. But
Yeah.
I might do a little daddy daughter time, and we'll go see one of them and see how it goes, and then maybe
She's about that age where she'd be into that.
Yeah, her friends are into him, and her friends are talking about it was like the Team Jacob and Team whatever the hell the other guy was.
Yeah, there were. Yeah, I forget.
Remember there was like that whole battle thing, and I guess that's being like revived with the younger girls. You know, that movie's been out for a while, huh? About
15 years.
Yeah.
Probably like 15 years, maybe.
Give or take.
Yeah.
So Hard Eyes, you're gonna go see that this weekend, right?
Yeah.
You excited about that?
Yeah.
But you didn't want to go see My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah.
So you like this Valentine's Day movie, but not that one? Why don't you like My Bloody Valentine? You didn't want to go see it.
You never saw it?
All it is what? Say it.
A guy in a gas mask in a mine running around killing people.
Right. And all
wrong with
Jason is what? A guy in a hockey mask running around a camp killing people. It's a Friday the 13th film.
I think Ricky
with a bad accent.
I think Ricky has something against Canadians.
Maybe that's what it is.
It's Canadian. I did not know it was Canadian.
Yeah,
listen to their voices, dude.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
It's Canadian Friday the 13th, though. It really is.
Basically.
Yeah, great. Who did the gore in that? The special effects? Is it somebody that we should know, or is you don't know? They did a great job.
I know the same year
My
Savini did The Prowler.
Yeah, Savini was not the guy.
No.
Because he was busy.
Yeah, he did The Prowler, and he chose not to do Friday 2.
Yeah.
Because he was working on The Prowler, and The Prowler was
Carl Fulton and those guys were doing Friday
Bloody
2, so they weren't doing it.
So I don't know.
And everything was so Canadian in it, I would imagine it was probably somebody from Canada.
Yeah.
But
the box of chocolates with the real fucking heart inside. It's so.
I was just about to say, I got to find an Etsy store that makes them.
Oh, it's
I
so
would
cool.
love to have one of those.
So cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
I like that movie more now than I did back in the day.
Yeah, I like it more and more each rewatch. I not really like the remake. And the reason I like the remake, especially if you see it in 3D, because it's cool. And it has Tom freaking Atkins. You know,
That's right.
Can't go wrong with that. And I like the way they twisted the ending. So if you went in and you were a fan of the first one, you got to see something different in this one. So I didn't have a problem with it. It's not, it's not the greatest movie, but it's okay. The first one is just, that's where it's at.
Speaking of Tom Atkins, him and what's her name from Halloween 3, they're appearing together at some con they just announced. I saw that.
Oh, the daughter from Halloween 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, no doubt. That'd be fun.
Yeah, they're appearing together at some con. I just saw it yesterday. Don't ask me where. See, I'm not prepared either.
I can add her to I got a vacuum form. Is that what you call it? The plastic masks?
Yeah, something like
signed
that.
by Atkins. and I wouldn't want him to sign my real ones.
No,
because it's not gonna last forever, and they're hard to get signatures on there anyway. Because it bends. But on their vacuum form one would be sweet. And Atkins is already got dogs barking.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
In the next week or two, I don't know if we're going to do it next week because we're going to try to get all those haunters on, to come in. But we're going to post the link for the StreamYard on the page before we go live.
Yeah. And
the fans and commenters will have the option of jumping on and going into our waiting room down here. And we can bring them on and talk a little bit. They could talk about whatever we're talking about. If we're doing trivia, they can jump in and answer trivia questions, or just anything like a talk radio show, kind of like ideas like your drive time talk radio, sports radio, but obviously horror rather than sports.
And I like this idea the most for when we have guests on and people can actually
verbally ask them. Yes,
be the closest thing to being face to face with them, other than
right. They'll be able to meet these people for a second,
ask their question and look at them. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool when we have somebody big on. We're working on some guests. Don't want to speak too much about them, but I got some on the hook that are pretty good mainstream guests from real movies. Not that indie films aren't real movies, but movies with theatrical releases.
Yeah.
So that's definitely going to be pretty sweet going forward. I mean, our first year we had them it seemed like every week we had somebody from a iconic horror film, and then we kind of slacked off a little bit. But I got a couple guys I'm communicating with, so we'll see how that goes.
Hey, right on. Not even a month ago, though. Well, actually, yeah, exactly a month ago, we had Jason and Leatherface on the same show.
There you go. So that was a nice bounce back from our yeah. Not bad. And he's going to be on the show again. Probably both of those guys.
Both of them will be back again.
I mean, I'm sure they'll be back, but I mean, Brent will be on soon because he's going to be doing Cinema Wasteland, and we're going to have him on for that. And I sent him a message, but he didn't. He responded to my message, but he didn't answer my question. I'm like, I really want to get Felissa Rose on the show. And her socials, I don't think she actually runs them because I don't see too much, interaction from her. She'll post pictures, but I think she has somebody that's doing that for her.
Well, she's a legitimate star, unlike the rest of us. So.
Yeah. So I was like, hey man, you got to reach out to your co-host and see if I can get her on. He didn't say anything. So
yeah.
But the last time he didn't say anything was when I was asking him about coming on, and he just came on. So
yeah, when he's in town, we might even hold him hostage and have him go live with us too.
Oh no, we're gonna do that from Cinema Wasteland for sure. Yeah, that's a definite. And then he's gonna be on to promote the show, and we're gonna try to get him out for tacos. If not, we're gonna bring him tacos. But because I know he loves to go to different taco places in town. Yeah, he was on the little preview for his episode. It's a little 10-minute thing that they did. It's on YouTube. You can check it out now. Killing Time Experience. And he was talking about possibly having John Cena on his show.
Wow.
That's a giant get, dude.
Well, he's got a wrestling background. He knows a lot of those guys. So
well, he knows John Cena specifically because they came up together. John Cena was his intern at the radio station him and Samoa Joe was working at, which he discussed on our show. Ricky's getting out of here.
Samoa Joe, a little bit of an easier get than John Cena.
Right.
Especially now that Cena is doing his farewell tour.
He's doing a farewell tour.
Yeah.
So, he was not in Cleveland. So if you wanted to see him in Cleveland and you bought tickets for that, you did not get to see him.
Missed out.
No, you didn't miss out because he wasn't there. Well, you missed out if you bought. I don't know.
Out on him.
It sucked if you bought the tickets. With that thought process.
And I tell you what, being over with the crowd is one thing, but John Cena still would sell a lot more tickets than that fucking Uso dork. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was so bad, man.
It was terrible.
Yeah. So, some of our fans are wrestling fans. They could suffer. They could put up with
the indie-rific Mark reaction to the women's and men's Royal Rumble was exactly the opposite reaction to mine. absolute correct woman won that one, and the absolute wrong man won. But on the internet, it's the other opinion. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it is. It got down to the end, and I was watching it. Aaron was watching it, and I seen I knew Cena was. I was like, Punk eliminated Roman and somebody else big.
Yeah.
At the same time, and I was like, well, it's down to Punk, Logan Paul, and Cena. It's like, I'm cool with either one of those guys winning. And then Aaron goes, Jey Uso's still in it. And I'm like, no, because I hadn't noticed. I'm like, they're gonna fucking do this because he's just so over because of that stupid crowd part. Same thing, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan should. I'm sorry, everybody thinks he's one of the greatest wrestlers, and in the ring he is.
Yeah.
But he would have never, ever, ever main evented a WrestleMania, nor been as over as he is without the yes thing.
Oh, I agree.
Ever. And this is at least when we got stuck with, I don't want to say stuck with Daniel Bryan because he's a good, he's a great wrestler. At least he was great in the ring. And Jey Uso's just not.
No, he's not. He had he was part of one half of the worst match of 2024.
Absolutely, which I thought would be a great match because these guys are brothers.
So
They're
awesome.
twin brothers.
How dog shit was that match, man?
And here's my biggest gripe about it is those two have been in the business their whole life.
Yeah.
I've seen them with my own two eyes have 5-star matches. I know they can work. So the fact that they're not doing what they're supposed to do is just laziness, and you reward the laziness? No, that's horrible.
Like those two guys, and like the New Day wrestled each other for years, and the great every single time.
Right. Yeah, and so we know he can work. He chooses not to, which makes it disgusting.
And we already saw Jey Uso main event of SummerSlam, and that match sucked.
Yeah, we were there for that.
Yeah, in Detroit.
Yeah. And that was against basically his brother.
Yeah. Let me give everybody a hint. It's not Roman Reigns' fault that match sucked.
Right on.
Because his matches are always interesting now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just pure laziness. He gets away with the bare minimum, and he doesn't even do that right. He doesn't even
say what you will about Daniel.
Timing's off.
About Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever. As over as Jey Uso is, Daniel Bryan was 5 times more over. Dude, they were to hijack entire shows with his chant until they do that when Jey Uso comes out, but as soon as he's gone, people forget about him.
Well, that's because when he gets to the ring, he can't work. No. Or that's the problem though, is he can and doesn't. Right on. But this is a horror show, so we'll get off the wrestling for the people.
I'll just say one more thing on
more thing.
People are like, oh, they're making he's going to be the new big top star. I'm like, he's 40 years old. How long?
Old?
He's 40. They're 40.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're 40. This year they're 40. He's 39 right now.
Yeah.
40 and
I know. That's another problem with wrestling is all these guys that are just right there at the cusp of being good, being main guys, are really at the end of their career because they're hitting 40. They need 20 something to really take off. I don't know where that guy is.
If he beats Gunther for that title, I will eat my fucking shoe.
He could, man. He could.
That would be the dumbest idea ever. Gunther needs to hold that belt for like another year, and then have
Sami Zayn beating Gunther would have been cool.
Well, that was fine for the Continental because they were going to move Gunther up to the main title, which they did.
Yeah.
So he had to lose that belt. So I understand. But he should hold that world title for at least another year and then have Braun Breaker beat him. So
yeah, it could be. We'll see.
You have Braun Breaker turn babyface like next year and then have him go over.
Yeah, it could work.
Because that dude will give you 15 more years, not Jey Uso.
Well, how old is he? He's probably close to 30.
Late 20s. But yeah, still though, he's almost 15 years younger than fucking Uso. And way better at everything.
I'm going to go, yeah, if he's in his 20s, then yeah, that's the guy that I was talking about.
That is the guy.
And then the only other guy in his 20s that looks like he could be something later is, oh man, what is his name? He's in the A-Town Down.
Oh, yeah.
Or that's who he is. The dude, that dude. That's the guy that's with Grayson Waller.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But nevertheless, I digress. So,
Austin Theory,
absolutely. Yeah. So our movie is getting ready to start, or is about to start now. So if we were commenting, we'll probably stop commenting now, but you guys can feel free to keep watching and commenting. This will be a shorter episode, though.
We'll look at it. We'll look at it after the movie.
Yeah, this will be a shorter episode. After this episode, since it will end definitely before 8:00 when Charles Sherrod and the Dive goes on, he's doing Nightmare on Elm Street 2 tonight.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, which is really been growing on me lately. The Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Yeah, when we ranked it, and it ended up was that 4th on my list?
Yeah, I think me too.
Yeah.
I think me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely got some love from us when we did our rankings. And Mark Patton is going to be in town at Zach, who did Ohio TerraCon Erie Culture Fest, when he does the horror version later in August, I think it is. And we are going to try our damnedest to get him on.
Yeah.
At that time, I'm going to be pulling favors from Zach and like, hey, man, come on. If somebody's going to come over there and interview that guy, it's got to be me. We're the best guys for it. We know the more about that franchise than anybody else. You're going to have to talk to him. And I just really, really, it's a fascinating guy to talk to. I think it'd be fantastic.
We'll have to, imagine we do get that gig. We'll have to rub that in Jared Haggerty's face.
Well, we'll be able to do our call-in gimmick probably then. And
Warriors just got Jimmy Butler.
Oh, right on.
Just now. It just popped up on my screen.
You mean yesterday? That happened yesterday.
Oh, did they?
No, because today is tomorrow.
Oh, well, yeah.
You got to put your behind in the past, or whatever Pumbaa says.
That's old news, but it literally just happened. I'm like, that didn't happen yesterday. That would have been everywhere.
No, yeah, that was. But as we speak, it's just we need like the Jim Cornette. We need to steal his gimmick with the sound effects when they time travel.
That's so crazy.
But yeah, I thought about doing this live, just going on live Wednesday instead of Thursday, but I had already advertised it as a tape show for tomorrow, and so.
See, when's the NFL draft? It's not till May now, right? Instead of April.
I think it's back to April.
Oh, okay.
They did it in May, like 1 year around my birthday, and I think that they didn't like that.
So yeah, we'll have to pre-tape a show 3 months, so I could say Myles Garrett is now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. So,
that'd be sweet, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You got anything you can give up for him?
Picks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since you got that quarterback on the cheap.
Yeah, it's funny. I was actually doing just real quick, I was doing a delivery for Insta today. I had my Bucks hoodie on. It was an older guy, and he ordered a bunch of beer. I was helping him carry it in for his garage. And he saw the thing. He's just like, oh, man, I hear they want Myles Garrett real bad. I'm like, yeah. Imagine Myles Garrett and Baker Mayfield on the same team. Possibilities. He started laughing his ass off.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield loses those wide receivers, and you'll see who he really is, just like he did during the year. But that's another story.
He's got Evans for 3 more years. So
knees go out all the time, buddy.
Yeah. Well, his and God did.
Right. And then all of a sudden he went from averaging 300 a game to like 120.
Still took the Chiefs to overtime with no receivers.
Yeah. He still lost, and he was nowhere near as good without those guys. He's what I always said he was. He's okay.
Name me one quarterback that would be better without Chris Godwin and Mike Evans than they are with them.
Well, obviously, but I mean, it was night and day.
Nobody.
It was night and day. It wasn't even close. He needs everything to be right to be good. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's more like Kirk Cousins.
You're right. He played a lot better than Patrick Mahomes this year.
I'll take Patrick Mahomes' worst year.
This year.
Yeah. And put Patrick Mahomes on your team and tell me you're not 17-0.
Not with that defense. We're not 17-0.
Yeah.
Kansas City's defense is way better than Tampa Bay's.
Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes is way better than Baker Mayfield. You would have won more games. But anywho, the people listening really don't want to hear about football.
No, they
I don't know if they want to hear about wrestling, but they definitely don't want to hear about football. So they're shutting us off in record numbers.
Yeah. Hey, we're not around to see it now anyway.
And actually, as long as they watched it in the beginning and stuck around with Ricky, we're good anyway.
The first 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's all we need for the numbers to count. Speaking of numbers,
collectibles.
Yeah, CSR collectibles. There we go. Bam. We're horrible at this transitioning thing. CSR collectibles, enchiladas in the promo code, and order cool stuff. I think if you haven't gotten the stream stuff, I think it's over. But of course, they're gonna have them do stuff for them. That they'll sell on the site later. So some of that stuff will end up in their mystery boxes too. I guarantee it.
Still your one-stop shop for all your certified horror autograph memorabilia, photos, all that stuff.
They also do sports autographs.
Really? So
yeah.
Maybe once Myles Garrett becomes a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, his first picture in a Bucs uniform signed, maybe you can find it there. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to put that promo code in myself.
There you go. They did a 72 Dolphins lithograph.
Ooh.
I didn't see what the price was because I was kind of curious. I would never buy it, but I was just kind of curious what they were charging for something like that.
Wonder how many of the guys they got that are still alive to do it.
There's quite a few. I mean, there was only one left, so this could have been done a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And they just found it in the warehouse because they'll do that sometimes.
They just found it. Yeah.
No, yeah, they do that. They'll be like, oh, and they'll put it on the website. Like, hey, found this laying around the warehouse.
Hey, that Michael Myers behind you I found in a warehouse.
So it can happen.
Yeah, it happened to
me. Right on. So, also at 8:00, if you're interested, the Cine Nerds, they'll be in the live chat over there. JP could not go with us to the movie film because Ryan, his co-host, is working at the Agora, so he couldn't be in the live chat, and they always want to have one of them in the live chat.
Yeah.
So he's going to be in the live chat talking about, I think they're doing the most anticipated films of 2025.
Always co-host named Ryan, fucking things up for everyone.
Yeah. Well, speaking about, got a couple more minutes, anticipated movies of 2025. Is there anything you're looking forward to?
I'd have to look at a list of shit coming out, man.
Well, actually, since you're not aware of too many movies that have come out, I'll name a couple, right, and I'll save the one I was going to start with for last because it's definitely the best one.
Okay.
You got Final Destination: Bloodlines.
Oh, I thought of one.
Okay, it's probably the same one I thought of, so save it. Final Destination: Bloodlines. Tony Todd's last movie. That's the only reason I'm excited about that. Megan 2.
Okay.
I liked the first one a lot. I really did.
I thought it was okay. I liked it. I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it, though.
One of the better Blumhouse films for sure. Got to give it that.
Halloween Kills.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Nobody on here is going to agree with you, but because that trilogy just gets so much hate for no good reason. I'm sorry.
I love that. I love that one. I know that you guys like that one the least. I liked it the most for those.
What else is coming out? What else? Did you see Companion?
No.
Definitely see that. That's the best film of the year so far, but it's a young year.
Uh-oh.
I still know what you're gonna do next summer, last summer. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I heard they're doing another one of those.
Yeah, I don't care. That's supposed to come out this year. Is Scream 7 this year or next year?
I think it's this year.
Okay, so Scream 7.
So that's Halloween time on that.
I would imagine for sure.
Are they making another Saw movie?
Yeah, Saw 11 comes out this year.
Right. Yeah, that'd be around Halloween time too.
Yeah.
I still know what you did last summer behind the moonlight under the Christmas tree. Are any of the original cast doing that?
Jennifer the Love Hewitt.
Oh, I'll be there then.
Yeah, she'll be there.
She's so delicious.
And yeah, that's the only ones I can think of, except for obviously the one you were thinking of, right?
Yeah, it's the Osgood Perkins monkey movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that looks freaking absolutely amazing.
Let's put it this way. My brother, who isn't into horror at all, we were watching football or something like last week, and a trailer commercial for that came on the TV.
Yeah.
He's not into horror at all, has no idea who Osgood Perkins is, never saw Longlegs, saw that trailer and goes, that looks sweet. Come on.
He obviously knows Psycho, though, right?
Of course.
Does he? So did you tell him that that's Anthony Perkins' son?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I just told him when that comes out, if you want to go, I'll be there day one.
Hell yeah.
For our director of the year on this show, thank you.
Did you see the popcorn bucket?
No.
It's a perfect replica of the monkey, and the popcorn goes in the drum. So yes, I need that. I need that in my life.
$86,000 like the other ones.
It will be if you don't get it from them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to pre-order it from AMC. I'll shoot you a text if I find it on pre-order. If you want one, I'll pick up two.
God, I hope that movie's good, man.
No, there's no way it can't be.
Yeah.
It's based on a Stephen King short story, directed by Osgood Perkins, and produced by James Wan, who's been involved with some of the greatest horror in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
You can't be wrong.
All that shit. Yeah.
And it's not a Blumhouse film.
No.
That helps. It's made by Neon, and those guys have done good stuff. They did which is being re-released in like a week or so, Parasite.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I didn't see it, but I heard about
it. That's a horror movie, isn't it?
Adjacent, at least.
Yeah.
So it's something we got to watch.
That one, I didn't see it either, and I might end up going if it's not a one night only thing, and it plays for like a week or so. I'm gonna go see it. But that one, Best Picture of the Year, didn't it? The Oscar?
What did?
Parasite.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I will fact check this real quick if my phone will ever open. But I'm pretty sure that was because if it didn't win, it was nominated. Yeah, it's a Japanese movie, right? Korean, kind of.
Yeah, something like that.
Some kind of Asian.
Yeah.
Asian.
Oh my.
Ben Stiller from Cable Guy.
I'm aware.
Okay, just in case you thought I was just making fun of Asian people. It didn't win one Oscar, dude. It won 4 and was nominated for 6.
Damn.
Picture of the Year, Achievement in Directing, Best Director, Best Screenplay, International Feature Film, and then the 2 that it was nominated for were Production and Film Editing, which I didn't even know there was a production word. But yeah, it cleaned up. Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, that is.
And for a and what do they call it? Do they call it a horror movie? On here, they call it a dark comedy, a Korean drama, psychological thriller, tragedy, drama, thriller. Nowhere does it say horror, but you know,
psychological thrillers and the adjacent.
Is it like a Silence of the Lambs? Probably. Then,
yeah, because I consider that a psychological thriller myself.
So do most people actually, because when we were that show we had Nina on, I was trying to watch it, and I knew it was on streaming on Max, and I went through all the horror, all the sequels were in there, but Silence of the Lamb was over in drama. It wasn't there.
Well, Hannibal is more like a horror than Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, and so is Red Dragon, or
of course,
you know, whatever. What's the remake called? Is that Red Dragon?
The one with Edward Norton?
Yeah,
is Red Dragon.
What's the original called?
Oh Jesus Christ! Manhunter.
Manhunter. Yeah,
with William Peterson.
Yeah, they're both fantastic.
I like Manhunter a lot.
I like it better, but I seen it first.
That might be why. Like it better than Silence of the Lambs. No,
I don't like it better than Silence of the Lambs. I like it better than Red Dragon.
Red Dragon, yeah.
Yeah. No, Silence of the Lambs is one of the most perfect movies of all time. Well, we managed to get 50 minutes out of this nonsense. Did you want to talk about anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah. After we watch Hellraiser, it's going to lead to our next
Thank you.
big review series, and
Yeah,
we're
we don't have a topic, so we're gonna do something, and that'll be where we fill in the blanks, the way we did with Friday the 13th and with Halloween.
We kind of marathon those Halloweens.
Yeah, because we wanted to get them done by Halloween, and we almost succeeded.
Almost.
We came close. If it wasn't for damn roller coasters.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if it wasn't for co-host Ryan and their stupid priorities. It wasn't for you meddling kids.
So with Hellraiser, we already was that the first film we did long form?
That was the first video episode.
Yeah. So we've already done that long form, so we'll just recap that a little bit and blend that with probably part 2, or we might talk about it sooner just because we're going to see it tomorrow in the 4K, or today we're seeing it now.
I think what we should do, since we're going to see this movie tonight, right now we're watching it.
We're watching it now. It's
already.
We're
watching us talk. We're watching Hellraiser right now.
We are.
When we do 2, we should just at the beginning just do a little thing, see if our opinions have changed on it upon seeing it again, and then have that segue into 2, because the movies go right together one after the other.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what we'll do.
Because 1 goes right into 2, like in real time, basically. So
right on. All right, so that pretty much does it for everything I got. Man, you got anything else?
That's about it, man. Shit. There's a lot of stuff we need to get together for this year. So it's gonna be a good year, not necessarily for new movies coming out, because again, I don't think this year can top 2024, but we'll see.
It can.
We'll see.
But let it at least be solid, you know. Let us get a couple gems. Let's get a couple of oddities, or a couple, you know, not Parasite, Substance, and what was the one that went, the Strange Darling? Can we get one of those? You know,
even an oddity, like you're like a couple of shit. One oddity a year is great.
But I mean, like, just a couple films on that level. You know, where you know, 1 and 2 are like 5 or A plus movies, and then if we got a couple B's and C's to round up the top 5, that's
like,
fine.
Any other random year, like Oddity is the best picture. Like, it just
either one of those top 5, and we could have did a top 10 of A movies. We really could have.
We did. That's why for that one category only, I did name off 10 nominees.
Was there 10? Okay.
For Best Picture, yeah. You and I.
All 10 of those were A's.
Yeah.
Or A's are really close to it, you know?
Yeah.
So it was just an amazing year for that. So hopefully we get a couple this year. Like, hopefully, Hard Eyes, I hate the name. I think the name's lazy.
I don't like the name either.
I hate that they showed all 15 kills in the trailer. Like, there's going to be nothing that we don't see. Especially the one where there's like a spike that comes underneath the guy, comes out of his mouth, and they slam the broad's face onto the spike, and then when she raises up, there's a hole going through her head. Like, that would have been amazing to see for the first time on the screen.
Yeah, imagine if they would have just showed the whole yoga kill in a violent trailer.
Right, I really would have slept through that whole movie. So
that's getting a sequel.
I don't think it'll be out this year, though.
No, probably next year.
Yeah. So I really hope they learn from their mistakes.
As big of a letdown as that was, I will be there day 1 for the sequel.
Absolutely. I mean, there was some A caliber stuff in that.
Yeah.
The idea is perfect. The way it was shot, the way it sounded, produced so well. It's just that boring walking sequences that just went on and on. Let's cut that out. Let's get back to the basics of horror and do this one more like your traditional slasher, and I think it'll be really good.
That acting was pretty piss poor, too, from a lot of those kids.
Yeah. Yeah, but who cares? It's a slasher.
But, I mean, it was especially the one, like, main guy that tells the story at the campfire. Yeah. So unbearably bad. But his death was friggin' sweet.
All the deaths were great.
Except for one. So.
And even that was cool. It just Peter Griffin. It went all too long.
That was my worst kill of the year. So, but I figured that's fine because my best kill of the year was in most people's was in that movie too. So it balances it out. But the rest of the kills are great too.
I rewatched that, by the way, when it was on Shudder.
Those kills are great in that movie.
40 all the walking parts. Movie cut down to about 40 minutes, 30 minutes, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It still didn't make it great, but there is a great movie there.
Like I said, man, it turned out to be a disappointment and not a good movie, but I still recommended it, and I still think it might be still one of the most that came out last year, as far as where things most important.
Oh yeah. I think filmmakers are going to learn a lot from it.
Yes, a lot of what to do,
positive things that they did in the movie, and also from the negative things that they did.
Yes, there's a lot of what to do and a lot of what not to do in that same film.
Absolutely. I mean, that movie should be played in class. All right, so now we're over an hour. No, we're at 56 minutes. But
we're good where we're at.
We're gonna get the fuck out of here because I want to watch a movie here while we watch the movie there. And I will see you right now, but I will also see you tomorrow, which is right now, in the past, in the future, and all that stuff. Yeah, anything you want to add before I hit this end record button?
Tonight we dine in hell, and there goes the neighborhood.